Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. It was Ukraine's statehood day, wasn't it? Ukraine's statehood day. And the Russians sent them some presents from the air, from the ground, from 3 locations. And I posted a video before this one saying that I'm going to change my assessment based on the evidence regarding the Ukrainian mass media, which so far it has a let's say 98 rating of telling us that the Russians are hitting only kindergartens, kill residents, hit residential areas, or their missiles are hit in the air, most of them, or just fall in, I don't know, in kill cows, dogs and cats. Now, yesterday and today, without searching, let me see, I found 3 or 4 articles talking about the Russians inflicting actually damages and military positions. And this is another example. The other article that I posted, that I made a video on, talked about Russians destroying a military base in Kiev Oblast. Not before they said that they did not succeed in hitting and destroying the targets that were launched. Not before. So Ukrainska Pravda, Ukrainian media outlet, from July 28, 2022 states that Russian occupiers fired 2,000 missiles on Ukrainian statehood day. So the Russian army struck Ukraine with missiles of various classes, and we're going to mention them, on July 28 on 3 fronts from 3 locations. Yuri Ignat, spokesman of the Air Force Command, commenting to Ukrainska Pravda. Ignat said that the Russians fired Kalibr from Black Sea, Iskanders from the Zyabrovka district of the Gomel region of Belarus, and X-22 missiles from 2 22 M3 long-range bombers based at the Shaikovka airfield in Russia. So 3, south, north, east. And these guys say further that in total the Russian forces fired about 20 rockets. And now this is another point. Unfortunately, due to the difficulty of hitting such air targets, so they're special targets, this time an anti-aircraft defense failed to shoot down these missiles. So, due to the difficulty of hitting such air targets, they failed to shoot down these missiles, so all of them went through. Unfortunately, and I already said it like 3 times. Previously, on the morning of 28th July, an air raid siren was sounded in many regions of Ukraine. The Russian invaders hit the north of the country. According to the preliminary north of the country, I thought the fight is going to be in the south, Odessa. No? Okay. According to preliminary police data, there were no casualties as a result of the missile attack by the Russian army on the Vyshgorod district of the Kiev region. 20 missiles, Kalibr, Iskander, and I think it was too much heroin or something, it's itching my nose. And the other one was X-22, I think. 3 locations, Belarus, Black Sea, Russian airfield. Now, as I stated in my previous video, I think it's fair game for the Ukrainians to hit all these targets in Belarus, in Russia, on the Black Sea. Now, if they use the area of or the territory of Crimea, then again, fair game. Medvedev can cry as much as he wants and say, it's going to be you're going to regret it and so on if you hit Crimea. Well, if you launch from Crimea, what do you have to do? It's forbidden. I am not allowed, or what? What's that? The same with if the bombers took off, as in this case, took off from the Russian Federation territory, that was prior to February 24th, when this war started, then again, I think it's only fair game for the Ukrainians to hit them. The same with the Belarus. What do you mean you shoot me from Belarus and I'm not supposed to shoot you down because Lukashenko is going to get his AK-47 and he's going to come south? So be it. Don't get me wrong, I don't have any dog in this fight. It's just that put yourself with a neighbor. You fight with a neighbor over there and you hit at one another, but I can't hit at you, but you can't hit at me? Or what? When this kind of rules of engagement were settled, were signed, were agreed upon. And then, as I stated in the other video, this war is very much controlled. Very much, not controlled, but limited. Limited, and I think it's very much communicated. There are lines of communication between the Russians and the Americans. I guarantee you that. What do you mean you give me, Ukraine, HIMARS long-range missile systems that are, what, 60 miles or something like that? What's 60 miles? 60 miles. I mean, I can use a, I don't know, slingshot and shoot half of that of distance. And then I give it to you, but you don't hit the Russian targets in Russia. But what if they shoot at me from Russia? What do you mean, I can't hit them over there? So all these provisions tell me that these guys are communicating there. Hey, you guys, if you give them that and they shoot, we're gonna release hell. Now, those guys have nuclear weapons. Why do they have to, wrestle with Ukraine in the mud for 5 months and have losses as they have, instead of and finish everything in a few hours? Do you think anybody's going to do anything about it? I strongly doubt it. Strongly doubt it. What are they going to do? Shoot at Russia? And the Russians are going to start shooting at them, and we'll say bye-bye, we meet over there and we dance, right? Before some of us are going to be sent down in the, in the sauna and in the whatever is over there, man. It's just, and some of them will stay over there with singing and all that. As who said that? I can't remember who said that. Nietzsche. I think Nietzsche said that he prefers to go, and he thinks he's going to go down there where all the interesting people, he's going to meet all the interesting people. All right, so nevertheless, right, the Russians are shooting them from all angles, and they report damages and not being able to shoot the missiles down. So there's something new. There's something new. I'm going to pay attention what's going on here, because all this Ukrainska Pravda and the New Voice of Ukraine, that usually they are the main spreaders of news, they are also under the certain kind of signatures. I will explain that, how it happened to Romania after the so-called revolution, where we got free press, but the free press, the mass media, was actually in someone else's pocket. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.